is going on, everyone, and welcome to Kart 63. My name is Ben. Thank you very much for stopping by. Real quick, if you didn't mind hitting a like on the video, possibly subscribe to the channel, that would be really awesome and cool and stuff. You'll have to forgive me if you see some grass. I just mowed the lawn. I'm trying to get this video done before I go in to watch some Supercross tonight. But yeah, I gotta do it now, or else it becomes late, and then I'm like, oh, man, do I have to shoot a video? Before we get into it, I just wanted to say thank you very much to the Four Takes and Fuel podcast. If you did not catch that, it would be awesome if you did. It's on Spotify, iTunes, all that. Four Takes and Fuel, a group of friends out of Louisiana that got together, created a podcast all about karting. Some of the karting greats are on there. I have been listening for a while. Whoever it was that recommended that show to me, thank you very much. I can't remember. My bad. My memory isn't the greatest sometimes, but it got suggested by a viewer. I checked it out. I've been listening to it ever since, and they reached out and they said, could you be on the show? So if you want to know a little bit more about me and my racing and stuff like that, tune in over there. Kind of a big announcement over there, but I'm going to wait until things are finalized on the channel until I bring you a specific video on that. Anyway, all right, video for today. Is it worth killing your tires with prep? It's kind of up to you. Okay, what are you talking about, Ben? Killing tires? What are you speaking of? In specifics, I'm talking about goat. Goat pee, for those of you who don't know, and this is I say a wonderful chemical only because of what it does for grip and a tire in general. What it isn't is very good for your tires, and it's not very, chemicals in general aren't good, but goat is one of the unhealthier of the chemicals that you could be using on your tires. We'll start with that. Creo is a whole nother ball of wax, and eventually I'll do a video on that when I'm a little more versed on it. I'll talk with some people that know a bit more about it, and I'll bring you a video to it. But we're talking about goat pee today. Highly, used, sold, everything else type of prep for tires. Now, what does it do? It drops durometer. If you need to get a soft set of tires, it will do it in the hot box, from internal, whatever you put it on. It's going to essentially break down the tread in order to make it a softer compound. You know what else it does? It adds a crap ton of bite. This is why people love it. So they just slather their tires off. If you need grip in a hurry, if you're on a gumball type of track and you need to drop your durometer in a hurry, you need to get bite where there isn't bite type of thing, GO is often used. GO is also blended with other chemicals in order to, either lighten it up a little bit or give it, a little more, a different perspective of what it might do to the tread. Maybe build, add an element of bite where it would not. But that's all experimentation. If you're gonna run GO, that's up to you to figure out. Now, why do I say, is it worth killing your tires? Once a GOAT tire, forever a GOAT tire. Which means that goat, the process in which it's breaking down the tire to add the grip, to soften the tread, is also destroying the rubber, to whereas once it starts to leave the tread, it's killing the oils in the tire, and once it starts to leave, that tire is eventually going to harden up beyond belief. Now, I have never successfully revived a set of GOAT tires. Then again, I've never really tried all that. I would suggest maybe something in the transmission fluid realm, something like that to add oil, something like TrackTac, the Tire Tough Original, possibly. But the basic premise is once a GOAT tire, always a GOAT tire. Once the durometer comes down, once it starts climbing, gets beyond where it's a usable durometer, chances are you're going to pitch that set of tires and just get yourself a fresh one and start over. So why do I say, is it worth, killing the tires? Some tracks almost require a Burris. I know for a fact, love GOAT pee. Max is the same. A lot of tires really like GOAT pee, but there are some tracks that you would say take a Burris 33 and you need the stiffness of the sidewall. 11's a little too squishy on the sidewall. The tread starts off way too soft to begin with, so you want that 33. You want to bring that actual tread down to meet the surface to get the bite that you need. Well, once you penetrate goat pee into the burst tire, you could ruin that set of tires. Now, I would say that, if you have the money to do so, that's the question. If you can afford to go ahead, those tires are going to be darn near the fastest thing you could put on track. There are other chemicals, better than goat pee, other stuff that, from other prep manufacturers that are kind of goatish, if you will, or they have goat in them and they've added stuff to it. But it's really got to be up to you whether or not you're willing to sacrifice that $200, $20, $30, $50, $70 set of tires for that win. Now, maybe it's a big money race. Maybe you can afford a big tire budget and you are willing to go ahead and kill every set of tires you have to make that money, to win that race, to do what you got to do. On a weekly basis. Again, it really depends on your financial status. I try not to use Go. I do have some for a pinch because I'd be insane not to, despite me running the track tack line, I like to keep things that I know work. And in a pinch, when I just can't figure out something, all right, let's go to them and hit and let it rip, knowing full well that set of tires probably is never gonna be what it once was. But for that race, maybe it was what it called for. So, Saturday Night Racer, I would suggest not using it. If you're a budget-friendly type of person, if you are needing to keep that set of tires, like I said, I run track tack. There's no secret about that. So they're the prep line I'm going to push whenever asked. But Better Than Goat Pee was created specifically for that. Loves super wet tracks, drops the durometer, won't kill the tires. That durometer, spiking eventually is not going to happen. A little safer of a chemical than goat pee is. Topaz, I don't know how much longer that's going to be around, by the way. I hate to say that because I don't want to really swarm and buy it all up type of thing, but word is one of the chemicals that actually goes into Topaz is not going to be that available, for very much longer. I don't know. We'll see whether or not, Randy can come up with something different for that. I absolutely love Topaz. I think it is the closest thing to goat that you can get. Not as abrasive as goat. One might argue, some people might argue with me, hey, nothing replaces goat, and I'm not going to argue with you. I have used goat in a pinch or two, and it's pretty darn good. I get where you're coming from, but if I can stray away from it, if I can use something else, I'm going to try and use something else because I am cheap and I like to keep sets of tires. But like I said, if you're going to that money race, you need to get them dollars. Hit them with Go. It will work. If that's what you're looking for. If you need bite, it is bite in a can. That is for certain. So talking out both sides of my mouth here, I'm telling you, kind of stay away from Go. But we all know we're racers. We're going to put what is necessary on the tire in order to go faster and beat the competition type of thing. So I just thought I'd bring it to you. Another video idea. Here we are. I was going to race this weekend. Didn't happen. The 1,000 to win race. One of my first clone races. Let's go race a 1,000 to win race, Ben. Yeah, sure. I was going to do it. Reapers were all set to go and all that. That got canceled to the 27th. So hopefully I'm going to go do that. Hopefully I get behind the wheel of that ride right there I'm looking at. Next weekend, at least get some laps under me, get a feeling for the clone kart and all that. Do some tire testing. I got some 11s. I got some Reapers. I got all that. Maybe I can do a little of that. We'll see. But the weather's been absolute crap lately. It's the beginning of April. It is New York. So despite me wanting to go race, yeah, it's going to be the weather for at least a little bit. Anyway, so there you go, guys. Like I said, For Takes and Fuel podcast. I'll put the link down in the description. Anytime I mention something like that, I try and put the link down there. Click down tab and all the description. It'll be in the description. I'll put the link to those if you want to go listen to it. It'd be really cool. I would like you guys to support them if possible. They're on Facebook, they're on IG, and I believe on TikTok too. Yes, they're on TikTok. Give them a follow. I love their podcast. I love the conversations they have, the questions they ask. It was absolute honor for me to be on there. I can't, with all the big names that are on that podcast, I was truly happy that they got a hold of me. I'm like, hey man, that's I had hoped so. I never asked for anything. I wasn't reaching out or anything. If you do the work, good things come to you. Is my motto type of thing. Don't go begging all over the place. If you're willing to put in the work without being asked, sometimes your efforts are recognized. And this is one of the things. I had an absolute blast chatting with them guys. If they call me up again and say, hey, let's have another chinwag, I'm game. So there's that, guys. I really do appreciate every single one of you coming by, and we'll see you in the next video. I hope you like the shorts I've been putting out. Like I said, I didn't want to do 2 videos again, long form, because I just yammer on too long. But I've been having fun doing the shorts, just little clips, grinding tires, this and that, chains. I got some stuff on my phone. I'm trying to do some shorts during the week and keep you guys entertained. So, all right, I'm out of here. I got to go watch motocross racing. All right, guys. See you in the next video. Later.